Hey everybody, Dana Green here. Thank you so much for joining the walkthrough video of my personal project, Contagion. The gameplay is intended for a four-person co-op mission within an open-world first-person shooter. Today we're going to be following the golden path with callouts to any additional pathing. The players will start the mission with an assault rifle, battle rifle, sniper, detonator with one explosive, and I intend for the completion time to be anywhere from 15 to 25 minutes max, depending on where the players decide to start. If you're interested in the narrative behind this map, head on over to ArcStation where you'll find a detailed post under the Contagion post. Alright, so just to start out, we have an establishing shot before entering the facility. As we head forward, there is a path to the right that the players can enter through, but again, we're following the golden path. So let's get to it. The players are going to be met with a map detailing just where things are located within the facility, the elevators, and once the players round the corner, they will be met with an encounter. They're going to go ahead and take out those enemies. And there is another path here where the players can come up through the elevators, but again, we won't be following that path today. So, keeping forward, again, we're going to be reading that map and we're going to be heading to explore the facility. I purposely designed the doors and the corners within my map. All of the doors were made so that the players can peek through the holes just to get a better vantage of where they're going to be heading, and to get a better idea of if there's going to be any enemies within the space. Once they enter this room, they will be met with a turret. The turret will take 4 sniper rounds to take down. If the players decide to reserve those bullets, then it'll just take multiple assault rifle or BR shots to take it down. There is plenty of cover within this room, plenty of space for the four-person team to establish their positions. If any other areas, any sorry, if any of the other enemies within the area decide to come into this area. We do have some restrooms to the left here where the players can take cover, and then we have an additional path to the right that will be shown in my fly through, but not today with the walkthrough. All right. So we're going to keep going, and once the players head up these escalators, they're going to be met with another enemy encounter. This encounter is filled with cover, both standing and crouching. The players are just going to take down those enemies. Um, and they will be able to see the elevator that is broken. When they come up the elevator, they'll all have to take the same golden path. They just have different ways to get there in the beginning. And we do have some blockouts for fungal and general overgrowth, as the facility it has been somewhat abandoned. Um, so I have designed my corners for peeking. The players will come around and they will be able to use some stealth while exploring this facility. They're going to take out this enemy here if they already haven't done so. I kept my spatial marker here in the video just so you all have an idea of how I do design my levels and keep them concise. Um, Moving forward, we do have another hallway. That's actually the stairwell there that the players need to go up, and there is an encounter there. If the enemies were to leave out, we have plenty of space back there for them to hide behind. Again, my doors are made for the players to have a little bit more of an advantage of the enemies they'll be encountering. Here on the stairwell, we will be encountering a regular enemy and an invisible enemy. The players are going to go ahead and take both of them out. um, they should ideally be entering the third floor. If they decide to go up to the rest of the facility, they will be met with 2 locked doors. These doors are meant to be blown open by enemies falling from the dropship above when they're triggered later on in the gameplay. But for now, they will be locked to the players. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to follow the golden path through the third floor. Um, and so we just have some rooms here, um, and an exit sign just to kind of guide the player to where the stairwell is, the secondary stairwell. Um, the players are able to explore this room a little bit, but ultimately they will be guided to go up the stairs here. After leaving the stairwell, the players will be on the fourth floor. Um, they'll be able to be as stealthy as they need, but there actually won't be any enemies on this floor until they trigger the dropship event later on when they enter the lab. So we have the server rooms here. They're just made to kind of add to the level and the realism of the facility, but they won't be able to exit through it. And we have some other rooms to our right. Again, just to add to the depth of the facility. Okay. And so now we're entering the lab, which is the final destination that the players have been attempting to get to. Um, it's a pretty simple lab with plenty of space for both the enemies that will be flooding in and the four-person team that will be fighting said enemies. We have a skylight that we just passed through, where enemies will be flooding through later on once we trigger that event. And here is the phase in which we do trigger said event. They're going to enter a code for the cure, and the enemies will start falling through that skylight there. And the glass is able to be broken with the player's bullets. However, I don't want the players to stay inside of this room the entire time. And so I placed the cure to the right there so that the players are actually encouraged to go out and interact with the rest of the space while they're fighting the enemies. So enemies will be dropping through from the dropship above, and they will also be flooding through the door on the left here and down that hallway as we have the original stairwell that we were in earlier. So once we have once we've killed all the enemies flooding through, we're going to place the detonator on the wall and we're going to blow it open and the players will be able to dive to the water that's below. I'll be able to detail that more in my later fly through. Um, so yeah. Thank you all so much for taking the time to watch my gameplay. Um, if I were to enhance the gameplay here, I would definitely make the facility larger and I would add more rooms with elevation changes and open space and a ton more enemy encounters. Maybe even some air duct gameplay in the mix. I hope you all have a wonderful day and I'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.